Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wellwood Homes Master Builder YouTube channel. I'm Trevor and this is Andrew Wellwood. He is the founder of Wellwood Homes Master Builder. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the customers that he serves. Now, whether that's infill homes or other types of builds, we're going to discuss a little bit more in depth as to the type of customer that is just perfect for Wellwood Homes Master Builder. So let's jump right in and find out, how do you get your customers? Do they come to you or do you go to them? Like how does that usually happen?
Usually we get them through word of mouth or advertising on jobs that we've built. A lot of people do their shopping around by driving around new home areas, or if they're building an infill, they're driving around that area and they see our sign, they see our trucks, they see, they see us out there, and that's how they contact us. I go and meet with the individuals. It just makes a lot more sense for me than to try and schedule them to come to my office. It's a lot easier to meet them if they already have a site. We'll go meet them out on site, meet them at their work, meet them at the coffee shop. We do what we can to accommodate the customers. So I'll meet them wherever.
Perfect. Now, who is the ideal client for Wellwood Homes?
Our ideal client is someone who's looking at doing new home construction, whether it's an infill, acreage, building in a new development, anything like that, who wants to have a lot of input or a lot of their questions asked during the building process. They want to walk through the site. They want to, what's coming up next? When are we moving in? When do you need this? What's this? What's this? I was walking by the site last night, Andrew, and I have a bunch of questions. What's this? What's this? What's this? Why did they do it this way?
Yeah.
Can we move, can we move this over here? I like my pantry door here, but can we move it, 4 inches this way and stuff like that. Those are my ideal clients. A lot of people call them nightmare clients because they have a million questions and they require constant, they call it hand holding, but you know what, if you're not in the industry, how are you shouldn't be expected to know everything that's going on in the industry. Just as, if you threw me in an industry that I wasn't familiar with, I would have a million what people in the industry would call stupid questions, and I would need my hand held. Like if I go to a doctor's office or something like that, I have a million stupid questions. That's, they would consider me a horrible client.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. It's great that you want those kind of clients, because a lot of builders will shy away from that and they don't want anything to really do with the client other than sign the paperwork and here's the keys. Yeah. That's really what they're wanting to do, but you're taking it a step further and wanting to involve customers in the build process so they understand. And now I bet that when you are finished and you hand over the keys, you don't have a lot of callbacks, do you?
Not a lot of negative callbacks, but I feel that over the few months that it took to build the home, we build a rapport with the client where they will call me with questions. They'll call me, Andrew, what's this? When do I need to change my furnace filter? Andrew, when do I need to do this? How often should I check my sump pump? Andrew, how often? So I get a lot of callbacks, but they're not negative callbacks. They're not, Andrew, my floor is squeaking, or the roof is leaking, or something. The doors don't close, or the doorbell doesn't work, or something like that. It's like, I don't get those callbacks, but I do get a lot of questions.
Excellent.
So, which is great, because it means that the homeowners are comfortable contacting me and they don't feel that it was here's your check, now we're never going to see you again sort of transactions.
Yeah, so you're more approachable than...
Yeah, I'd like to think so, yeah.
Perfect. So the next question that I have for you is, what is the biggest need of the ideal customer, and how do you help them solve it? What's their biggest need?
Their biggest need is to know that they're getting a quality house. They know that their biggest need is they need to know that they're getting a quality house, that they're not getting taken advantage of. A lot of our builds are cost plus, so the customer is actually paying the trades directly, which makes it a lot easier for my cash flow, but it also, the homeowner knows that they're not getting taken advantage of. So I'll show them a few quotes. Say, look, this is the plumber that we're going to use. These are the different quotes, and this is why I want to go with him. And so they know they're getting fair pricing. They're getting builder pricing. So they know they're not getting taken to the cleaners. And they're paying $500,000 for a $400,000 house.
Right.
They know exactly what it is. And being that the customer can be at the house during every stage of construction, they know what's going in. You know, they know it's going to be insulated properly. They know it's going to be waterproof. They can see everything. They can see the house throughout the build, so that they know what's behind the wall. So when they move in, they're not staring at a wall wondering, you know, is there studs behind there? Where's the electrical? You know, like, they want to have a picture hung there. They know there's backing because we went through that at the framing stage. Like, they're involved in the process, so that when they move in, they have peace of mind knowing what was built and knowing it was built well.
Perfect. So what are the biggest areas of concern and shared irritation areas of your ideal buyer? So what really sticks in their craw, and the reason why the problem you solved it?
A lot of them have a distrust for the building industry, which is, I guess, strange that would be my ideal client, is someone that distrusts the building industry. But their biggest concern is they don't want to be taken advantage of. They've heard horror stories about the building industry and building in the boom, and people moving in and, you know, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix up new homes. They've heard, you know, they think they've heard a lot of horror stories. I've heard way more, but that's their biggest concern and their irritation. They don't want that. They've been cautioned by people not to build and not to buy a new home because they don't know what they're going to get. And in some sense, if you don't have an idea, it is a bit of a crapshoot to know what you're getting. If the electrician you hired is doing a good job, and if the electrician you hired is good, but he sent a crew that has people that just weren't caring that day, you know, you might get some shoddy electrical, and that's their greatest concern, is that they're going to end up with a finished product that is subpar.
Yeah, so they don't want to be wasting their money,
and they paid too much for a product that was subpar.
Yeah.
Is also their concern.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
No.
We might have already touched on this, but what are some of the worries that your ideal clients have that would cause them to need your services?
A lot of people, and I've heard this, any idiot can build a house. I've heard that too many times, because I've seen a lot of idiots not build a house very well. A lot of them with new home construction and the new changes, like you've got the new energy code, you've got fire code, you've got building code, a lot of the new codes, and they're always getting updated and changed, and there's new, better practices for the construction. Is that someone is going to think, you know what, I know, like, I renovated my basement, or, you know, I helped my uncle shingle the chicken coop one day. You know, like, I've got a bit of knowledge, but their concern is that they don't know all of it, and there's certain areas that they're missing. And that's where we step in, and that's where we shine, is we can work with them and say, you know what, if you're comfortable taking the home at this stage, or you are comfortable managing a project from start to finish, but you just need another set of eyes there that you know, can point out what's going on. You know, are you trenching the gas in? Are you trenching the power in? You know, like, these are things that you don't need to do on a renovation. Yeah. Because the house already has power. The house already has gas. Right. So that's where we can step in and not take over the project for the client, but we can step back and say, look, we will help you with certain stages to make sure the job goes smooth, make sure you're not missing anything, make sure all your inspections are done, everything's scheduled, and keep you on track for a 4 or 5 month build. And you're not, you know, getting through and then having to go back and redo stuff, because having to change stuff and redo stuff costs money that nobody really enjoys. Like, having to pay an electrician to redo something, they're not making as much redoing it than they are the original. You're paying for nothing extra, basically. You're not getting anything better in your house, and it's killing time. So it's a lose-lose all around, and that's where we can step in and say, look, like, we're not going to take over the project for you, but we will be there as a second set of eyes to make sure everything goes smooth.
Great. So we've maybe touched a little bit on this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So what makes your business the ideal solution for those customers?
That's it. They get to tap into my knowledge and my experience, and, you know, our company's history and our connection with the trades to help push them through. So we can, you know, if they've got a good, you know, drywaller and electrician and framer, but that's sort of, you know, or a roofer, and they they need someone to help fill in those other good trades. We've got those other good trades. We can help manage it. We can help get them through the areas that they're a little uneasy, a little concerned. They might have all the knowledge, but they might not have the confidence just to push right through. So we can help get them to whatever stage they want and help walk them through those areas that they're having difficulty with.
Perfect. So they're not locked into, if they sign up with you, you have to build the entire home and they get no say. You can take it up to whatever stage they want, and they can take it from there.
Yeah, we can take it to foundation, and we can take it to lock up windows in. We can take it to drywall. We can take it to whatever stage they want. If they're the opposite and they want to handle all the permitting, get this house to lock up, but they don't know anything about finishing when it comes to paint and tile and hardwood and cabinets and countertops and everything like that, we can take over from that stage and move forward on that. So we'll work with the client based on what their knowledge and their level of comfort is, and together we get a complete project done, and everyone's happy. So,
Andrew, who are some of your biggest competitors?
Well, there are quite a few small infill builders out there. I'd say my biggest competition is the lack of knowledge in the industry, honestly. There are a lot of shady infill builders out there, and they give the business a really bad rap. Right. So that people believe that they shouldn't go with a smaller company. They have to go with a big reputable company, right, which has the same number of problems and horror stories as the smaller ones. The other big struggle for myself is TV. People seeing a home built in an hour, or seeing everything's done in an hour. All 1 hour TV shows can go from start to finish, and they show it as super easy. They show it as the builder stops by with their coffee and walks through the house, makes a couple notes, makes a couple phone calls, leaves, comes back 4 or 5 days later, another cup of coffee, showing the wife or the husband around, and they do a couple phone calls, and at the end of the show it shows, put in 200,000, built for 200,000, sold for 2.8 million, walked away with $2.4 million, total construction time, 17 days. And they're like, oh yeah, I can do this. This is great. And then they go for it. And a lot of those, that's not true. And you look at some of the pricing, and it's American pricing. Yeah. Like they'll quote it, and they'll come through and be like, yeah, we got this, custom kitchen done. Total cost for the custom kitchen, $2,800. You're not getting a custom kitchen in the Edmonton and surrounding area for $2,800. No. Your installer might charge you $2,800 to install that $40,000 kitchen, but you're not getting it for $2,800, and that's a lot of the competition that we get, where a lot of the confusion or the hurdles that we have to overcome is that, look, this is going to take 4 to 5 months, and it's not going to get done in an hour, and we're going to have to go to site more than twice, and we're going to have to bring more than one coffee.
Definitely. Yeah. So if there was one thing that you could improve with Wellwood Homes, what would that be?
One thing that we can improve. Right now, I'd say our lack of our obscurity in the marketplace. Not a lot of people know about Wellwood Homes and how we can help. The client. A lot of people group us in with either, I don't want to say a big builder, because obviously our volume's not up to that standard, but they group us in with all the other builders where, when I hire a builder, he takes the project, builds it, and he's done. Or, I hire a builder, he's got 5 different floor plans, we pick one of the 5 and done. So I'd really like to improve our place in the marketplace, where this is what we are and this is the niche and the need that we fill.
Perfect. I love that. Yeah. Now, if there, how many people or businesses do you want to help in the next 5 years? Like, what would be that target?
In the next 5 years, well, we'd like to get to 10 a year. Is our goal. Right now, we're hovering around 3 to 4. Yeah. I find 10 would be a nice number for us to hit.
Excellent. So you're looking at, helping people build at least 50 different projects in the next 5 years?
Yeah, 50 in the next 5 years is pretty much our target goal, yeah.
Yeah, and that's really good for a smaller builder that does, focuses on custom and quality.
Yes.
As opposed to, the mass builders, you're looking at building 200 or 300 homes in a year and all that stuff. It's not the market you're in.
No, and that's not where we see ourselves going.
Yeah, perfect. Great. Well, if you guys like what you heard and are interested in engaging Wellwood Homes Master Builder and Andrew Wellwood to help with infill homes in Edmonton or investment properties in Edmonton or anything that is pertaining to building a new home, please visit wellwoodhomesmasterbuilt.com and check out the website. Give Andrew a call and he'll schedule an appointment with you, and he can go over your project and show you how easy it is to get started using Wellwood Homes. We'll see you guys next time.